Well, 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 what do we have here? What is up, everybody? It is me, DevilNeverCry, and we are back today with a trailer analysis reaction sort of thing for the new DMC Pinnacle of Combat trailer that dropped, supposedly featuring a lady. This was at work when it dropped, so I kind of held off on watching it so that we can make this video. Thank you to all of those who forwarded it to me, though, much appreciated. As far as I know, this game is still coming to the West. I know it's been a while since I made a video, but since then I've been in contact with the developers, or I guess who I believe are the developers, and they've assured me that this game is indeed coming to the West at some point, but that's going to be at some point in the future. Let's take a look at this, and then I'm going to sort of go through and scrub through it and see what I can pick out, because from what I've heard, it's interesting, to say the least. Explore and create a new world, okay. Good old lady, her DMC 4 and 3 design. Those look like they're from the anime. That's a bunch of concept art, I recognize those. Her DMC 3 renders. I guess the developers have have done their research, so to speak. I guess that's her render for the game, which is pretty cool for a mobile game. A lot of detail. Real-time rendering, okay. Still got the classic red motorcycle. Gold sunglasses, Devil May Cry. That was an interesting voice, but we go straight into some combat. God damn. We're recognizing some DMC 4 stuff. Okay, we've got some aerial maneuverability. I'm liking this. That's supposed to be Beowulf, I'd imagine. Oh, God knows what that is. More DMC 4 stuff. Got a dive kick and a mid-air million stab phantom redesigned. Another DMC 4 move. Okay, right, so immediately, one of the things I really like, well, before we even get to the gameplay, I like the fact that Yun Chang Games are doing their research for Devil May Cry. Obviously, they have collaborated with Capcom. Capcom are supervising this entire project. So in a previous video I said Capcom wouldn't let them kind of fumble this up. I don't think they would ever intend to. I mean, they've done their research, which is fantastic. Even if it is a mobile game, you can tell a lot of hard work has gone into this. Awesome sort of 3D model here, or render for Lady, especially for a mobile game. Pretty much faithful to her DMC 3 attire, except it looks like she's got brownish, reddish boots instead of the court jester bright pink boots that she had. Good old Kalina Ann looking absolutely stacked there. I'm liking this. Lots of polygons, lots of vertices and faces gone into this model. I'm liking it. I'm liking this. Okay, and then we kind of dive into the gameplay here. And this seems to address one of the issues I had with DMC 4 Special Edition Lady. And okay, the voice acting, let's forget about that. She had an awesome launcher there, where she kicks him straight up into the air, kind of twirls, and then is just on the floor, laying on her back, just firing away. Awesome move. Got a very similar animation here to when Dante is knocked onto the ground, and then he kind of gets back up in a flourish, but that's sort of encompassed into a move here as opposed to a recovery action, which is pretty cool. That's an attack as well, which I'm not sure if that hits 360 degrees or if it's solely targeted up into the air. But obviously, considering you don't see any sparks go anywhere else, I'd imagine it's only on whatever you're locked onto. That move there, where she kind of crosses her arms and throws her pistols up into the air, that is taken directly from DMC 4 Special Edition. That is the animation, I believe, for when you charge your guns and you let them loose. When you charge the handguns, the spitting image. I'm not sure if they've ported that animation over entirely or if they've recreated it faithfully, but that is some solid work right there. Sends him sky high for the roll. Another launcher there. And the million stab. So yeah, one of the issues I had with DMC 4 Special Edition Lady is the lack of aerial capabilities. And by capabilities, I mean the lack of combos. You had basically a 3-hit Kalina Ann combo with the bayonet at the end of the weapon. And that's pretty much it. That's literally all you could do in midair, other than fire your guns and stuff, which you know, in a game where all the other characters have solid aerial maneuverability, just having Lady not being able to get out of harm's way in midair, not the best, but they seem to have rectified the lack of actions in midair by giving her some more aerial combos. This is a million stab, an aerial million stab. That move right there, if I go back, this whole thing is very reminiscent of what I used to do. I've missed looking at trailers in depth. So, if I go back here, this one swing she does, that one right there, that again is taken directly from DMC 4 Special Edition. Again, I'm liking, not sure if it's been ported directly or if they've just recreated it, but it's awesome to see some moves brought back. And then we have an aerial dodge, like the equivalent of Dante's Sky Star. Grab a drink there so I don't dry my own throat out. Where she just kind of twirls herself in the air. Like, again, it's such a simple thing to add, but it just adds a lot. And then we've got a dive kick, which you know exactly what that means. DMC 3, Killer Bees, dive kicks, jump cancels for days, just destroy anything and everything. Fighting Beowulf here, which he's looking vastly different. Straight to the dive kick, that's a jump cancel. Straight up and then into the Sky Star, fantastic. As Beowulf seems to be doing his usual light antics. Got the double jump, another dive kick, straight into the jump cancel, back into the DMC 4 Special Edition 3 hit combo it seems. The double jump, again, is just Kalina Ann firing into the ground. That was taken directly from DMC 4 Special Edition. More dive kicks, more jump cancels. I'm liking the attention to detail. That was the full combo, you just saw it there. Let me see, I'll play it again for you. But it seems to be pretty cool. Straight into the handguns, which I'm assuming... We haven't seen her use anything other than the handguns in Kalina Ann, so I'm wondering how this is going to work. I'm wondering how this is going to work in general for a mobile game. I really want to get my hands on this game, just to test it out even in beta. Back into the million stab. Back up into the Sky Star-esque, I don't know whatever you want to call it. But it seems to be pretty cool. You know, jump cancelling, aero maneuverability, it all seems to be there, which for a mobile DMC game is fantastic. Up you go, out of harm's way. Seems to have fired the Kalina Ann straight at an enemy whilst in midair, which I don't think you could do in 4 SE at all. Yep, rolls. That grenade toss, whilst it's not... The animation is severely different to the one in 4 Special Edition. Perhaps it acts the same way. I'd imagine that's probably the Devil Trigger equivalent. For those of you who don't know, in 4 Special Edition, once you've stacked up your Devil Trigger, or your Devil Trigger bar with Lady, it's not really a Devil Trigger, is it? Because Lady's human. She'd basically encompass her entire 360-degree radius with a bunch of grenades that would explode and do a severe amount of damage. They also had a lot of iframes in them, so you could pop it during an attack to basically negate any damage coming your way. Different animation, perhaps it works the same way. This is only in front of her as opposed to all around her. Perhaps they've added a different mechanic there with, you know, you need more bars of DT to have a larger attack, but phantom charges, and then boom, that is Devil May Cry. Pinnacle of Combat. I mean, I'm not even in two minds about this. This looks fantastic. I know some people are like, wow, you know, a mobile game developer's done more for Lady in terms of gameplay than Capcom ever have, which, you know, it is true to a certain degree. I won't disagree with that, but you got to understand that for Special Edition, the majority of that Special Edition's budget was thrown into Virgil, literally. And I think it was pretty much last minute. Itsuna was like, well, why don't I just make Trish and Lady playable with whatever remaining budget I have, and, you know, we'll try and reuse as much assets and animations as possible. And that's why we got such a bare bones Lady and Trish. It shows here what, I guess, a developer can do once they've been given a proper budget allocated to this character. But DMC Pinnacle of Combat is shaping up to be great in my opinion. You know, you keep saying for a mobile game, but just it looks interesting in general. Obviously, it's a retelling of Devil May Cry 3, which is why things are different, and you're fighting as Lady, and you're fighting in different locales, and all the bosses and stuff look different, and you know, you're fighting Phantom in DMC 3, like, hold on, come on now, son. But you get what I mean. Regardless, I think this looks pretty cool. I can't wait to get my hands on it. You know, you've got Dante playable, you've got Lady here playable, or confirmed to be playable, and Virgil as well. Virgil was teased. I'd imagine he's going to be playable. I mean, of course, why wouldn't he? But that's going to be it for this video. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought. Are you intrigued by DMC Pinnacle of Combat? Do you want to get your hands on it? Are you not the biggest fan? Just let me know down in the comments below. But as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with anything and everything Devil May Cry. And with all that said and done, it has been me, DevilNeverCry. I would like to thank all of you for watching. And as always, I'll see you all next video.